Okay, it looks like we are live, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on Kano. Alright, so yesterday, we implemented a way to remap keys, right? So in the command system, rebuild just in case. Yeah, extending the command system, right? So now we can do set map key, so it has to be a single key. That is a constraint right now. You can map a single key to any set of keys, right? So let's say dash. I'm pretty sure that would work. And then let's just map it to DD, right? And then types of pound. If I press dash, or minus, whatever, it deletes the line. So yeah, that works pretty well, I think, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, and you can map any single key to that, that you can type, but like, there's no special keys like space or whatever. So, I am planning on implementing that, similar to how Vim does, basically exactly the same. Something like that, I think, would work well. I'm not going to do that today, though. Today, I want to start working on variables. So, they won't have much of a use now, but in the future, as it expands, they'll obviously become very useful. So, I think, yeah, it's just going to be let x equal 12, right? Or maybe even just let x 12. Like, let variable name value. For now, it'll just be all integers, but in the future, obviously, it'll be different. And I think that's a good way to do it, without the equal sign. And then, obviously, this is going to open up to the necessity for more advanced parsing, especially if we want expressions, which I'm not going to worry about it today. For now, I'm just going to do this, and then the next stream probably will be about expanding it so that we can have mathematical expressions, which means we'll have to start using an abstract syntax tree, an AST, right? And then we'll have to actually go through and properly parse it before we interpret everything. Because right now the way it works is we tokenize everything, and then we just interpret it directly from the tokens. Yeah, and that's a bit limited. It should be enough for this, something as simple as this, but anything more complex will require that. I want to implement that before we get too far along, and then it's going to be a lot harder to refactor. But yeah, so that'll probably be tomorrow, or next stream at least. Today, that is what I would like to do. So actually, before I do that, I would like to change something in my syntax file. So I want to change the color, because I got some people saying that they didn't like mostly white, which is what this is now. So I'll change it to a sort of blue. I'm not sure what blue. So red, green. Let's just try that, and then I'm just gonna adjust it, as we go. So obviously that's not good. Okay, let's try 150. Right, this will be 50. This will be 25. Something like that. Just gonna. I don't know. I think I want a bit more red in there. No, that's kind of too big. Maybe some more green. It's kind of using random values, right? That looks pretty good, I think. That should be good for now. Okay, now it's not a bunch of white. Yeah, I just got some people who didn't quite like all the white, and that's fine. Okay, so yeah, that is what I'd like to do. So that's gonna be in the commands. So we're gonna need to add one new keyword. Well, yeah, just a single one, I suppose. So I'll put it right here. TT set, not set, but let. That's what it means. Maybe I could even use set. Sets. No, I'm just use select. Gotta be hip and trendy, right? JavaScript and stuff. Okay, so we have set. And then we'll add it here. So let's do, see, view compare, view, literal create, set, just set. And that is gonna be, return TT set, right? Okay, and that is pretty much it for that. So let's see, what do we got? I don't know why I put set. It's not set. It's let. Let. There we go. Let identifier. We have identifier. Yeah, TT ident, which should be properly parsed. And then we have integer literal, right? And that's all that we're gonna do right now. It'll be integer literal, and then we'll have more advanced types later. Okay, so we've got that. So that's the let thing pretty much all done. That should work fine. And then here we have to do stuff. So is TT let, right? So if we encounter let, then we should expect the next one to be an identifier, and then the one after that. So yeah, let me grab this stuff. There we go. Okay, so we want 3. So yeah, the next one should be an identifier, just like this. The one after that should be an int. So again, this is just temporary, but for now that's what we're expecting. Okay. So that means we're set up properly. We don't have to report any errors or anything like that. Our standard reporting is kind of broken right now, but that's not relevant, not relevant. Okay. So what do we need? What do we need? Basically, what we want to do is we want to push it to the currently used R's, right? So let's go into the devs. Let's add something to the state struct. So this will just be the variable. So it'll be a dynamic array. So we'll have a variable, right? Variable. And then we'll have a dynamic array struct, and it'll be called variable, right? Okay, yeah, so this will be variable data. That's the capacity, just like all the other ones, so we can use the macro. Okay, so variable, so what is it? It's going to contain a value. Now it'll just be an int, right? And then in the future we'll have an enum for the values, right? An enum and union. So something like this. So union, you'll have int as int or whatever, and then we'll have floats, and then we'll also have a pointer property, so as pointer. Yeah, and I think that why is void should be type. Let me actually change that right now. Config Kano, and let's just modify, whoops, syntax, yeah, let me just move void here. It's really more of a type. There we go. Okay, and if I reload this, actually, I don't really want this. Alright, so I won't reload, it's fine. It's not going to change until it reloads, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that now, but that's what it's going to be in the future. So we need the value, and I'm pretty sure that's about it. And the location will be based on the on the position in the array, right? So I don't think we need to have any sort of position or anything like that. I'm gonna have to think about how to introduce scoping and such, where we'll remove it from the array. But we don't need to worry about that now. So I think that's all that we need in the variable struct for now. Then we'll make variables. So this is just the array of variables in the state. Alright, so save that, and we should be able to compile everything. We have some issues. TT set? Yeah, because it's called TT let. Alright. Okay. Set. Yeah, it's TT let. I don't know. Just had confusing with that. Let's compile it here. -b. Okay, so it does compile. So now we need to do stuff with those variables. So we need to push the value. The value found right there. Oh shoot, we need the name. Obviously. Def.h. So in the variable, right? Yeah, we need the name. So that'll be a string view, I think. So that's the variable name, as well as the value contained within it. I think the name should go first, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay. And I think that makes sense. That should be good. So obviously we need it. I don't know how I missed that. Yes, that's what we want to do. So we want to do state. We want to do a append to the state variables. Okay. Append to that. Pointer to it, I think. I think it's what we need. Like that. I want to append the value. I want to actually create it here. The variable. So variable var var equals, so dot name equals command1 dot label, I think is what it's called. That's what the string view of it is, so that's what we want there. And then we want the dot value equals the ASCII value of that. So we need to actually convert it to, so it's view to int, not the ASCII rate, but the int value rather, of command2 dot, something like that. And then that's what we want to append to. So we want to append the variable. And that should be it for that. It's not called labels. What's it called? It's just called value. Okay. Value. There we go. And string view does not exist in def.h. Okay. Okay, let's see. So let's modify this. We need to include. This is gonna break stuff though. H. Actually, it's like that. Okay, it didn't break anything. Surprisingly. Alright, obviously we don't have a way to get all of the variable values. So I'm going to implement an echo command. So it's echo, you could either put a variable name or some string. I think that should be fine. Variable name or a string. Okay, let's see. Thing is, the string can't have a space. Right, I forgot about that. Because of how we handle it. It can't be a space. So I'm going to need to modify the modify how we lex it. But let's add tt echo, right? TT echo. And we can add the lex for it pretty easily. Let's see. You compare you will create echo and tt echo. And there we go. So we got echo, and that's pretty easy to actually implement, right? Well, yeah, we need to set the print message with the value of that. So, okay, let's put it up here. So after that, here's tt echo. So I'm gonna set state print message. And I forgot how it's called. We can go to here. That's not H. We have like print message, right? Status bar message. That's what it's called. State status bar. So we need to update that with that. So let's actually do. Let's do state is print message equals true equals 1 rather. Well, first of all, let's actually expect some stuff. So we have a few things that we need to expect. So the let's see, let's line it up properly. Okay, so we do want 3. We only want 2 arguments. Yeah, so we have the first one and then the actual argument. So it should be an ident, and so it should be could be either one of these. And one be an identifier or a string. Alright, so if it is not either of those, then it's invalid. Set is print message equal to that. And then we want to set this equal to I think it should be convert it to a C string, right? Of the command 1.5. Is that going to work though? Because it is going to include the quotes. So instead of that, let's actually set, let's do like one up there. String equals string internals, command 1.value. There we go. And then we'll do predecessor of the stir. So it won't have the quotes on it. Let's right? Build it. Yeah, we need some brackets for this. There we go. So it compiles. I don't know if it's going to set the message properly. Echo test. Yeah, that's so I don't know why it's not working. I need to figure out why that is. What if I write log with the message stuff? Write log with the state. Let's actually just state status log. Something like that. I want to make sure it is getting the message properly. You know? So let's echo test. So here. We did get test, so it did echo that. I don't know what all this other stuff is about. Oh yeah, it's like key map and stuff. I don't really need that. Okay. Echo 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I can't put a space right now. That's not gonna work. But yeah, so it does do that. It just doesn't write it properly, and that's because we're not displaying it properly. We never print, do we? That's what the issue is. I forgot about that because when I refactored everything, I forgot to add the printing back. for the status bar message. Hello, how you doing? Hello, yes. Okay, let's take that status bar. Let me search. We'll use status bar message. Let's see. So we use that there. So we read it. I don't think we ever print it, do we? We set it there. Why do I constrain it like that? I don't know. Yes, we never print it. So that's what the issue is. So let's do. It's like here or whatever. If state is print message, then just print onto the status bar the message. So on, let's see, so the one axis, right? So one below, basically. So instead of this one, it's this second line here, basically, is what we want to print. We want to print the state status bar message. And that should be it, right? I'm pretty sure that's what the issue is. Did not save. Okay, I did not save properly, so that's what it is. It's dot. Also, there's two spaces here. I don't know if that's better. There we go. Now it looks better. Alright, make, and it does compile. Go test. Test, there we go. So it did echo. Echo as the... Okay, so we can echo a message. I would like it to clear though after a second. So, how did I handle that before? Because before I did do this, let's go to before we merged the new stuff. You know, let's see. I don't know if this is the right one, but I want to look at it. Surprise finance. I don't know if it is. Okay, but we can see it here, so that's fine. So let's look for use print message. We actually use that. Oh, I guess we don't use it anywhere. Message. Did we not use it ever? I'm very confused. Arch, by the way, yes, yes. Just so you know, very cool. Did you recently switch? Because you used a different one before, right? This one is not right. Yes, very nice. When? When did you switch? Let's see. I just want to look at the files from that when I modify it. See? Okay, when a guy in your Discord recommended to. That's a good place to get advice, is Discord. How's it been going for you? Alright, here we go. So we do that and then just sleep one. Okay. Oh, well, obviously you're cool if you use Arch. Only the coolest of people use Arch. So sleep one. We should probably W refresh it. Sleep one. Then clear. Okay. State status bar. So that's how I did that display. 0. It's actually dot, so leave it at that. Status bar, there we go. So that should do that. That's basically what I was looking for, was how I handled that before. Let's see, I need to rebuild it. Alright, so echo alright, and then it clears, but it clears the whole thing. So what if I clear and then refresh it? You know what I'm saying? Whoops. Oh shoot, that's not good. Alright, I think I messed up. Let me make that again. Use message. Right here, perfect. Alright, yeah, so let me try refreshing again. And that should fix that. State. Alright. Recompile it. It did not save, so that's why. Sometimes it doesn't save, and I don't get why. let's say echo test. Okay, and it didn't rewrite everything. Okay, I think I know why. I need to actually do this before everything else. So if I just make this, right? And I'll just put it up here before we write anything else. Then that should work out actually pretty well. Okay. Test. Okay, there we go. So that looks a lot better. What's your window manager? It is awesome window manager. Awesome. This is a fork of DWM. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I haven't configured like too much of it, mostly just adding keybinds and stuff. But it is a pretty cool window manager. Like out of the box, it works really well. And it uses Lua, so for configuration. So it's like new, you know, in that sense. Okay, that's what I wanted. What I wanted to have. However, if it's an identifier, what's gonna happen? Or if it's anything, you know, anything without quotes, it's gonna cut off the first and last character. Great. What are you using? Are you using a desktop environment or a window manager? I don't remember if you've said. Alright, but the echo works. There just can't be a space, which is unfortunate. Alright, and also the warnings with that, so that's good. Alright. Yeah, say, not enough hearts. That's good. Alright, so Hyper, nice. Hyperland, or is it just called Hyper? Do you connect to Bluetooth? No, I don't even have Bluetooth capabilities on my system. So I don't know. I don't use Bluetooth or anything like that. Okay. Yeah, so Hyperland. Okay, yeah, thought so. What about Wi-Fi? Yes, I have Wi-Fi. I use well, yeah, I use the terminal for that. NMCLI. It's not very hard to use. I don't want to use it because it shows like the Wi-Fi networks and stuff. Privacy reasons. But yeah, I use the terminal for that. Which is NM is network manager. Okay, so echo, if it's an identifier, then we need to see if it's in the variables. And if it is in the variables, then we need to output the value of that variable. Otherwise we'll just say it's invalid. You know, you can't do that. Right. Okay, so we set input message. Set the status bar message. Okay. So let's see. Write log. Okay, I don't need to write log anymore. So what I want to do is I want to do this if it is. I always want to set that to 1. MCLIW, yes. So if it's command dot type equals TT string, then we do all this stuff. Right. Otherwise, else word, that means it's an identifier, because that's the only choice that we have right now. Then we need to check if it's in the variable. So for size t, 0, while I is less than, yeah, we'll highlights properly, you know. While I is less than state variables dot count. Plus. This is all the variables. Then we want to compare the name. If we compare, okay. So we need to get command 1 value with state variables data I name. If it is one of those, then we want to print the print this, right? So set the status bar to that. Yeah, stir equals the string. Well, no, we don't need all that actually. So state status bar message equals view to cster of state variables. Well, actually, it's an ASCII thing, so we need to print out. Yeah, we need to just sprintf, I think, basically. Printf into state status message. Okay, we want to put sync D. I forgot that it's an int, so that's what we're putting here. Not that. We're setting that, and then we want to also break because we don't want to continue that in the loop. Otherwise, if we get to the end, we could even just return here, right? Yeah, we could return. Let's see, return no error. Okay. Otherwise, if we get to the end, then we want to once we return an error. So we want the invalid again. Right? So return that error, which doesn't exist yet. We need to add that. Let me make sure it compiles other than the unexisting thing. Yeah, state variables dot data. There we go. Whoops, not gonna do that. Okay, yeah. So now we just have the invalid thing. So let's modify the dev.h, and we need to add it. So it's in the command. Yeah. So invalid ident right there, and then we need to actually handle that. So let's compile it. It's going to say not handled in let's see, main.c 994. So I can't just jump there. Okay. So I'm gonna go just to right here. That's what I'm gonna do. So case invalid ident, which is probably pretty common case. Then we want to do stuff. So yeah. Name identifier. We don't have. We need to put the whole command in. That's probably fine. And then we set that. All right. So let's try to build it now. Let's run this. So first of all, let's try to echo x, right? Unidentified. Okay, so it's the warnings aren't super great right now, the errors, but we can work on it because it just lists the whole command. It doesn't describe the identifier, but that's fine. Okay, let's let x equal 12, right? Let's echo x. Shoot. Okay, so it seems to have not worked. Why would it not work? Okay, so something did not work. That's not good. Let's see. So in here, it should just return no error. Let's write log actually. Of so first of all, so view print. We can print the view of the command one.out. And then we also want every variable. Let's see, view arg. It's just arg, not arg, so we need to change that. Of the state variables.data I dot view arg. There we go. So we need to do this twice. Like that. There we go. So that should print both of them. I believe. I think that should work, right? We got a semicolon. So that should print both of them out, and we can compare all of them. Let's run this, and let's let x12 or 1, I guess, echo x. Okay. Let's see what happens. Nothing and 0. That's not good. So why is that? And 1 dot value. What is this? Alright, here, let me add a bit more stuff. So, so I know that it's actually from that part. You know what I'm saying? Make dash b. Let x12 echo x. Let y echo y. Alright. Variables. So x. So we have one of them. The second one. Alright, y. Why did we get y twice? Alright, so I think let must be broken. So the name is identifier.value. That should be fine. let's print out the value of the variable as well. So, you know, like this kind of thing. Vard. So yeah, we'll just put state variables data I dot value, and let's see what that outputs. Doesn't like that. Alright, I think I'm messing up in the arguments. Let's see what it is. I'm gonna put this on a new line so I can see things better. We're missing something. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is not moving. This is just like that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you can on thing. Alright. So at x12, y15, echo x. Okay, so yeah, so it's not working. It doesn't save the name properly. Why? Oh shoot, because it's a view into a string that doesn't exist anymore. Consider that. Okay, yeah. So I want to allocate it actually. So let's view to C. So let me make it just a C string, right? So we can just convert it to that, and let's modify this variable. So it's just a char star. Right or left hand? I'm actually I'm mostly right-handed, but I am like somewhat ambidextrous. Less so than I was when I was younger. But yeah, I use my left hand for some things, like food utensils and stuff. But yeah, mostly on my right hand, like right-handed on the mouse and stuff like that. Oh yeah, so that's not gonna work now. The view compare. So let's right hand, but use your phone with your left hand. Ooh, that's interesting. You mean like that's weird, actually. That's kind of funny. I don't know that I've ever really seen someone that wasn't left-handed use their phone with their left hand. Okay, how do I want to do that then? Because it's not a string view anymore. So I can just use string compare. Well, that's not gonna quite work. How do I want to do that? Alright. What I think I will do is create a string view. String view, so this will be for each one. This will be the var variable equals view create. So we need to pass that. So let's pass the state variables dot data I dot name, and then the server of that. Data I dot name. Okay. Then we'll have a string view. We can also use for this. Then we can actually use the view compare for that. Okay. Variables. I gotta spell it right though. Where did I put that? Yeah. Alright, right here. And variables. Variables. There we go. Dad was born left-handed, but was forced to use his right hand at school for some reason. Yeah, I've heard of stuff like that. Yeah. Why it wasn't accepted? Because it was like different or whatever. Yeah. I have heard of stuff like that where people like the culture forced them to use their right hand or whatever. How left-handers hold the mouse properly. I don't know. Maybe there's special left-handed mice. Okay, let X12. Okay. Shoot, it actually worked. Alright. Let X15. So now if I try to echo X, it doesn't overwrite it because it's like lower on there. Tried playing CS with your left hand and it's impossible. Yeah, I've tried playing Minecraft when like they released that thing where you can switch your hand to the left side. So I tried doing it with my left hand and yeah, it didn't work very well. Let foo 69 echo foo. Echo an invalid one like Y, which doesn't exist. Unidentified. Alright, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so we don't need to write logic anymore because it does actually work. And we can get the values of it. Yeah. Okay. Actually, commit that thing. Implement very basic variables. Variables. Support in Kano script. Okay, I'll push that. So not very useful right now. Some of them apparently just go ahead and learn to use the right hand for the mouse. Some people don't even know they're left-handed because the whole world's right-handed. Yeah. It's a weird thing. Right and left-handed kind of thing. Okay. So, yeah. Then we can get the values of it. And we can set it. It's not very advanced right now, and it's not very useful. Okay. Yeah, they have to write and use scissors and stuff, yeah. I wonder, like, how much that holds people back, you know? That we're forced to become right-handed. Okay. Yeah. So we can say variables as integers. And that's it right now. Obviously, there are other uses. I'm trying to think what exactly the next step. Let echo foo. So yeah, I'm not gonna have anything like that. It's just gonna be if it's not a string, it's just gonna be imagine it's an identifier. What I would like now though is to make it so we can put spaces in the strings. So I need to modify the parsing or the lexing rather, because right now it just splits it by spaces. Hiddenness is not binary because sometimes both halves of your brain work similarly well. Alright, so basically, like an F64. Okay, so basically what I would want to do is if in that data I equals a quote, then we want to just continuously iterate I while in that data I is not equal another quote, and while I is less than and not len and that and I plus plus. So that should allow us to consume the quotes, right? That should. So echo is not enough R's. Okay, so do not. Huh. Okay. If okay, this is actually just counting it. I hit this in the wrong place. That counts the number of spaces. That's not what I wanted. Actually. Okay, let's see. Basically, where do I want to do that? Alright, we create token. I think it's in there actually. So yeah, right here. This is where I want to do that. So we chop left. Well, it is good in that, and it is not that. But we need to just basically continue. So if command dot data equals one of those, then want to just continuously chop left. Well, command dot data is not equal that, and command dot length is greater than 0, and it's basically a sub loop. Right? Funny, you're editing your editor with your editor to edit your editor in the future. Yes. Yeah. That's a good summary. You chop left. It's quite funny. Okay, chop left with that, and that should consider. That should properly consider. Alright, echo then go as. Okay, so that doesn't work. So maybe I should log this and see why. Chop left. That should, What does that happen? Let's write log. And let's just let's write the command. UR. See what it is. It's a string view, so we should be able to do that. Alright. So let's echo. Alright, let's get that log. So don't think it worked. Why? Hang on. Shoot, we never get in here, do we? We never make it to this point. That's why I didn't work. Equals, hang on. When is greater than 0. Let's see, let's move it outside of here too. Perhaps even in here. I'm not gonna fix the spacing because it doesn't matter. So we'll put in a few times. Maybe I should actually add a marker so I know which one to pitch. Command is 2, command is 1, command is 3. So I know which ones are being printed. Echo. So first of all, we'll do that. We'll do echo. Okay. So we get some stuff. Is 1. We did get to is 2 for a second. Actually, the topic of handedness, I know a lot of musicians are for some reason left-handed. The right side of the brain. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Like musicians specifically, or like any kind of artist type of thing. Paul McCartney, Joey Ramone, Ringo Starr, Kurt Cobain. Dang, so half the Beatles were left-handed? All left-handed. That's cool, actually. So we can assume that. Let me get here. Is 2. So we get that. Then it doesn't continue. So why does it not? It doesn't continue after that. So if command left data equals that. Shoot, because we need to chop left one time first. That's why. Chop left. So we have to chop off the chop off that quote, because otherwise this was always like it's just automatically being true because we know that it is already. It's already a quote. So we're talking about anyone in music, not specifically independent musicians. Okay. Okay, so it's not good. We did get to there though. So it, is 3, right? And then it looks like it consumed the whole thing. Shoot, but it consumed too many. Well, it's because we write the log after. so what is the issue there? Raining day followed. Thank you. Appreciate that. A rainy-ing day. Not sure exactly how that's going to be pronounced. I think it's rainy day, though. Okay. Token. Starting land minus that. Yeah. So that should be fine. So why doesn't it work? Huh. This is something similar to Vim. Yeah, that is actually the idea. So it's a modal editor, right? Tested redundancy using the anchors and library. It is a modal-based editor based heavily on Vim. Yeah, so right now it looks a lot like Vim, and it functions a lot like Vim. It shares a lot of keybinds to Vim, things like that. I'm still working on some of the basic stuff. So as it gets more mature, it will sort of become more of its own thing. But for now, it's similar to Vim. So yeah, you have different modes and different keybinds which do certain actions. So like you can press O and create a new line and enter insert mode. So you have normal mode, insert mode. It's also visual mode, search mode, and command mode. So like visual mode is for selecting text. Command mode is for entering commands. Search mode is for searching, things like that. Minimal ripoff of Vim, yes. All drawn GitHub, thank you. Very cool. Yeah, so you can do all those things. It's also like config files, syntax files, all that is documented in the README. Yeah, so you can get a pretty good idea of how everything works by reading through this, if you are interested. But yeah, here's all the modes, stuff like that. Yeah, I've been developing it. It's been like a month and a half, something like that, a month, something like that. So it's still pretty new, you know, pretty new. Okay. Oh shoot. Yeah, that's something that loaded from the config file. That's kind of funny, actually. Okay, echo that. Yeah, so it should have consumed the whole thing. We have that. And then it, dang, it doesn't consume it all, does it? That's interesting. But it doesn't make it as one, you know? So why is that? Token.location. Let's see. So command. We don't modify command here. Token value.len plus one, yeah. Let's see. Alright, let's get rid of these ones, because we don't need those anymore. Okay, so we chop left by one. That one might actually cause a problem. That extra one. So then we need to actually break after this. Like that. Break out of the loop. Let's see. So as. Nope. Huh. I can't tell if it continues after the space or not though. Like if it's the same thing or if it's a new loop. I don't think it's a new loop though. So that's the end, then it breaks. We get the data. I think we don't want to break. So let's actually write log uprint of the result. Let's see what the result is. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so we'll compile it and we'll run it. Let me move the logs. They get kind of loaded. Go as that. That's exactly what we want. That's a string. Entire string. So for some reason it's not treating it as a single string though. Let's see. So here's all the tokens that we get. So this is, don't worry about that, that's just from the config. But then we have echo, that's a token. And then as that is another token. That should be fine. I don't know why it did not work. I know why. Because we base it on count. Yeah, because there's a space in there. So I need to actually modify this. So if command theta I equals one of those, then you just want to iterate. Well, I is less than command dot len, and command dot theta I does not equal closing len, and want to do I plus plus. So that should skip over that, so we don't like count extra ones. That's actually what the issue is, I think. There's too many counts, and that's what we base it on, whether or not there's too many arguments, is if the count is there. So, dang, it still doesn't work. What's the count? Let's write log count. See what it is. Count is that. Go as log, count dot log. Count is 2. So 2 is actually right. So, okay. We set equal to count plus 1. Why do we do that? Command size. So where do we call execute command? Actually, we return that here. So what if we don't do a plus 1 here? Nope, it breaks if we don't do that. Okay, so why do we need that? I don't quite get that exactly. It says not enough arms, but it's actually there's too many arms. Yeah. The error messages could be a bit better. Okay. So, I plus plus. Okay, this should skip over this so that it doesn't count that. Because this counts all the spaces, and that's how we know how many tokens we have. But it's counting too many. Token size. Let me write the count. Count is that. I don't need the new line actually. Move the logs. 1 minute. Echo that. Echo that. Logs. Okay, no log. Okay. Count is. Alright, so it goes from 1 for that to 2. Huh. Okay, so it's still counting too many. So it's not skipping over. Why is it not? Oh shoot, because we need to do. I did the same problem. I need to do I plus plus again. Then it should actually do it. There we go. Now we can have spaces in the strings. Like that. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, now we can echo any text. So, down box. Yes, so that's pretty cool. And we can echo variable names. We don't have any actually. So let x 69, right? Let y 420. Echo x. Y. You can't echo them in strings or whatever. You know, like echo x is plus x or something like that. That doesn't work. Yet. I'll implement something like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let me connect it. Let's see. So we got strings and have spaces in Kano state. The official name for the language. Okay, so now we should also be able to remap keys, right? To that. So setmap dash or whatever. We should be able to have spaces. So let's say dash goes in insert mode. And then type hello world like that. And that's it. So dash hello world. There we go. It does get it. So yeah, you can make basically macros of sorts. Which can do things like that. So we could make a whole thing, right? So setmap. We'll use T this time for insert mode. Just a whole thing here, right? That's not gonna work. The new line can't quite do that. But so it's gonna be all on one line, but that's okay. And then hello world. Alright, so actually I think we ran out of space. Alright, no, we are good. We good. So do that, and then shoot. Why did that not work? Set map T. Why didn't that work? Include H. Oh shoot, I forgot the closing quotation mark. And yeah, the highlighting doesn't recognize that, but it did work. So this is expanded from that, and then proper hello world. As many times as you go. So that's pretty cool. There's no way to actually make it exit insert mode in the set map because you can't use special keys like space or escape, things like that. So I need to do that, but that's pretty cool that you can do stuff like that. You know, map keys. All right, let me get rid of this right log. Any right log that we have. Log. We do not need any. Okay, that was it. All right, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so I might start working on lexing, more advanced stuff like mathematical expressions, but I'm not going to do the parsing today. So let's see. That's going to be something like let x 15 plus 12, right? Something like that. I want that to be able to work. So we need to lex that. So we're going to need some new stuff. So instead of, we're going to need td plus. That's the main thing. I'm going to just worry about plus right now. So to lex that, we need to just check else if view.data equals a plus, then return pp plus. And there we go. Yeah, that's it for that. So I should lex that, I believe. So yeah, we can't handle it until we handle it on the parsing though. So let's just add a couple things actually. Plus, nope. That's not right. Okay, the undo got a little messed up there. Plus tt minus tt multiply tt view. Yes, just add lexing support for those. Which also I need to clean this up. So then I can just use like an array for this mostly, which maps to the values. So minus, we'll do that. Minus. Let's see. What's that? So that's a multiply. Else if u.data equals divide. So I guess I'll use slash for that, for divide. Okay. Turn tt mult and tt div. Okay, something like that. By divide. Okay. Yeah. Raimundo Lanches followed. Thank you. I apologize if I messed up your name. But thank you for following. Excuse me. Okay, so divide. Not that. I messed this up. Is there? Oh shoot. Whoops. I accidentally went to the top of the line. Or the top of the file, rather. Okay. So that's good. So that's all the lexing that we really need to do for that. To handle that, is there anything else that we would need? We don't need equal sign, right now at least. That doesn't really matter. But this way, we'll be able to do math within the scripting language, which would be useful. Really not yet, but in the future, you know, once we're creating windows and stuff, and want to resize them or change the size or whatever, and we can add and subtract values to it. That is sort of what it is. It's not useful now, but it will be useful in the future. That's the idea. I don't really want to do the parsing for that right now, so I'm not gonna fully implement that. Let's see, what else can I do with the variables though? So maybe should I add support for like strings? String variables. Do I want to do that necessarily? I would have to allocate it. don't really want to deal with that. Let's see. So let's see how we handle that. So right now, yeah, right now it's just int value. So this would be the var values, right? Not a struct, but a union. Okay. So we could have int as int, right? Float as float, and void as int. Why did void not work? Oh shoot, it's in the header file. Let's see, h dot syntax. I just want to move void to here. Void, there we go. Yes. All right. And then instead of int, we can use a var. This should be value, not values. But these are the different values that we'd be able to have, and then we're gonna need an enumerator for it, right? So this is the types. Their type. So we have maybe var int, var float, and var pointer. That way we can know what the types are. So we're gonna need that. Var type. And then we can set that, can actually set that in there. Let me make sure this compiles though. Dash B. Does not, because now we have issues. That needs to be a void pointer, not just that. Alright, so we'll save that, and then we'll modify the commands.c. So the issues were, string f. Alright, right here, I think. So we did that value. So this just sort of assumes it's an int, which by default it is int, but I would like to, let's say I didn't really add the string on, but yeah. So let's just generalize this a bit more. So that converts it to int. Dot value dot adds int. No, that's not wrong. Let me do that. Well, I think I can just set the value like that, and then when we read it, we have to do that adds int. But let's add the type here. So dot type equals. Let's see. What? Alright, does that fix that? It doesn't like that now. So I need to do this. Like that. No. Alright. Why isn't it like that? Missing parentheses around, missing braces around initializer. This. Yeah, wants braces around that. If I get rid of the type, it does not go. But no, hang on. Am I missing something? Missing. Oh no. If I get rid of this. Still doesn't like that. But it was fine before. Alright, let's see. Let's do int value equals int int dot value. Put that here. Value equals value. Is it like that? No. To sister. I don't know why it's like this right now. It is not like it. Alright, now it. Oh shoot! Hang on. I mean value dot as it. Okay, yeah, that's what the issue was. Okay, so I'm gonna inline it all again because I think that's everything. I am half stupid, yeah. Okay, name to sister and 1 not value. Get rid of these and then set the type as well. Type equals var like so. Okay, so then it compiles. So it works, so let x12 x. So it still just assumes it's all ints. I could add floats as well. Excuse me. So maybe I'll do that, just so I have a different way of doing that. So let's add the float bit, so a float literal. And then if it is digit, excuse me. Where do I check that? Is digit. If it contains a dot, excuse me. Okay. We need to actually do stuff. So for if it contains dot, let's see, how can I check that? For a space or anything like that. Well, it is digit. U.data. Then actually let's iterate over it. 0 while I is less than u.len I plus 5. And check u.data I. First of all, if u.data I equals space, then break. Otherwise, if u.data I equals a dot, then you want to return kt float. So it's a float, right? Okay. Before a space, if there's any space, then we're gonna break and we're gonna return int because it's gonna be an int. Okay, I think we can do that. We're not gonna worry about like hexadecimal stuff like that right now. But yes, I should return a float, and then we can expect. Let's see, where is it? And it can be a float. Okay, let's see. This. Whoops. Let's do and. Hello, how you doing? And expect open command to kt float label. So if it's neither of those, then we have an issue. So then if it's that, then we want the let's see. Doing okay? I am doing well. Are you okay? Something wrong. So we'll 0 initialize it. And then today I'm working on variables, adding variables to the scripting language in the text editor. Command 2 at type equals kt in literal. Then we want to do this. Right? Whoops. Set var equal to this. I don't know if I can initialize it like that. Must have missed some strings. Well, it's implemented in the command. Like, so the command mode is the scripting language basically. Which that's been around for a while. It's basically just extending upon that. So here's all the stuff for it that we have right now. So you can do set output. You can write quit. You can run without quitting. You can set change a config variable. You can map keys, a single key to any combination of keys, and then you can also execute a shell command, and you can just implementing now. You can define a variable. But the more advanced stuff is quite new. Just in the last 2 days or so. Let's say var.name equals that. Type equals that, and var.value. Var.value. Okay, like that. Otherwise, we want to set it equal to float. Actually, the name is always going to be that, so let's set the name like that to avoid the repetition. Value.as float equals U2 float. So I'm gonna need to implement that. Probably just copy paste from somewhere because kind of. But yeah, so we need a way to convert it to float. But yeah, so we can do that, and then here, we're just interpreting it as that for now. So I'm going to get that working first. So doesn't like this now. Why this? Did I mess something up? Hang on. But why? Why all this? Alright, so it doesn't like this. Because... Yeah, I see. We don't need that. Okay. So we don't have beautiful. Could have used tree sitter for so next time. That's like an LSP thing though, right? Because I'm gonna do some LSP stuff, but I have not done that yet. By the way, how you doing, Elevaz? Okay, so U2 in. We need U2 float. Okay. Very good. I am good. I am doing well. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Not ASCII to float. Want a manual one. To actually implement. Yeah, not just included. No. Okay. Not using split tab. Like an actual thing. No. Float to string. That's not what I want. I want string to float. Not core. Okay, let's see. This could be good. Length equals that. So we need the dot position. Okay, yeah. So that's like what I have here. So we're gonna need power. Alright. Alright, it is C++, but it should work pretty much the same. Let's see. Shoot, I can't copy paste. Well, there we go. I can't. Okay. This is interesting. Result divided by equal power 10. Okay. Okay. I want this to line up properly. So that looks like if let's make this I instead. So it's consistent. And then instead of stir I, we want read.data I. And then we need dot position. So 0. Len minus I minus 1. So len actually v.len. This is v.data I minus 0. Okay. Let's see, is that pretty much right? Needs to be a float result. Okay, like that. Okay. And then we need power. Yeah, it's here, so I can just copy it. Yeah, that's fine. Kind of weird looking. That's okay. Copy paste the code. Okay. Yeah, essentially change to view to float. I don't know if it's gonna work. I should probably test it. Let's say science type. Alright. Going to distro hop again. Where are you going to this time? Show you do. What is the issue? Fine. Conflicting types. Why? Oh shoot, because I forgot to change this to. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Okay. Find reference to view to end. Why? What's the issue here? Oh shoot, I deleted view to end, it seems. What the heck? Yeah, I have the old one in here, so I can just copy it. This is something I actually wrote though, so .h view to end right here. Let's copy the internals. Okay. There we go. Alright, that's not right. What happened? I copied too much. I see. There we go. Now it should actually compile. And I don't know what's gonna work. X 12.5 equal X. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's see. Command.c. Yeah, so it cannot output that exactly. But it should have saved it with the proper name. Why did it not? Let's r.value.adds float. Adds float. There we go. Let's do this. Okay. Make dash b. Let x 12.5. 12.5. Okay, so that did actually work properly. But then it doesn't. It can't. Oh shoot. Okay, but it's trying to output it as an integer. I don't know why it didn't work that first time. So we need to do stuff based on the value, right? If let's see. State variables data I type equals var int. Then we can just do this and var int, and just do that. Else if state variables data I type equals var float, then do the same thing but for a float. State status var message int f. State variables data I value adds float. There we go. Okay, maybe I will put brackets on it because it's kind of weird. But it should work now. So let x 12.5 echo x 12.5. Okay, and let y just 100 echo y 100. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So we can we have floats and integers now. So that's cool. I will commit this. For basics. Okay. Basic support for floats. Hit push. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break now. It's going to be about 3 minutes, and I will be right back. What? Okay. Yeah, 1 sec. Okay, I am back. So, let's see. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So let x 4.5 is that big, right? Let's see. Let x 4.2 echo x. No, that's not gonna work. Has to be a different one. 4.2 echo y 4.2. Okay, so that works. Alright, I'm not gonna add support for strings in variables yet, because that's a lot you have to worry about. Because you have to like allocate them and worry about freeing them and the lifetimes and things like that. Which I don't want to worry about right now. Down the road though, because I think strings, variables of strings is quite important to have. So, the reason I wanted pointers very specifically is because something that you're probably gonna be doing a lot in this language is working with windows, and the windows are actually pointers. So if I go into s.h, we can look here. Windows, they're all pointers, right? So if you create a window, I would, and it could be stored in the variables, you know, as a void pointer. But then you could cast it and stuff as you do specifically window things. Yeah, and you could cast it and other things as well. Obviously, would be helpful for that. But specifically thinking about windows, you'd want that. So probably be something like create window, right? Something like that. You create a window and probably could give it a name or whatever, and that would create the variable of a window, right? And that would push it onto the variable stack, where you could then access it by its name. Okay, yeah, and it'd be stored just as a void pointer, and then it could be casted back and forth as we need. Right. That's gonna be a bit down the road though, but thinking about that is important. Okay. But yeah, so this is the basic structure of the variables, and it's going to be pretty much the same as this, So we'll just add more types here, for the different purposes that as we need them. Okay. Yeah, and so I don't think you're going to be able to, like, say, add an integer to a float or anything like that. Yeah, like that would be a type error, Like maybe adding an integer to a pointer though, that could make sense. Where it just iterates the pointer. But otherwise, the types will only be able to be interactable mathematically with other types of the other variables and numbers of the same type. I think that makes sense. Okay. Right. So everything has a type. Yeah, but it's not like explicitly. It's more like implicit typing, right? I think that's the right word. Like we figure out what it is based on what you type, and it's probably gonna stay like that. Yeah, so you can actually write programs now. Kano script programs, right? Right. So let's see. Using a name for it, whatever. You do, let x 15. And this would actually set the variables. And then when it gets loaded, so actually let me modify my counter script. In here, modify this. So I'll get rid of this one. So let x 15, let y 6.9, sure. And then we can also map keys. So set map dash say to dd, right? Okay, I have to go in about 5-10 minutes, so I'll continue showing this off and then I will go. Okay, yeah, so the map key, so this will map dash to dd, and then let's see what else. Yeah, that's about it. So I can show that. So that will load now. When I run Kano, it loads. And then if I echo x, it's going to say 15, which is what we typed here. And echo y, it's going to echo 6.9, right? And then if I type something out, when I press dash, that did not work. What did I do that wrong? Invalid args. Oh shoot, did I break the set map command? Hang on. Set set now. Set now. Saying invalid R. So I'm in string. T. T words. Wait, what? Dash. Okay, it doesn't. Oh shoot, is the dash a number or something now? Okay, the dash doesn't work. It was working though before. I don't know why it's not. Let's see. Now it should work. So T. There we go. Yeah, so we can map keys. I'm gonna need to look into why the dash didn't work. But yeah, I do have to go now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty much how it works. So I should probably update the readme with all the new stuff. So let's see. So it's basically just new commands, right? So we have set map. This actually needs to be in quotes. Yeah, this. Okay, set map. We have that, and then we also have let name that. Okay. So this will create a variable n with value v, right? So let me actually change that to n in v. Create a variable. There we go. Okay. All right, so we have that, and then we also have echo. So echo can probably go towards the top. Echo and echo v probably. All right. Echo v. V is either an item or a okay, like that. Let's indent this now. Okay, yeah, so so let's commit that. And readme push. Okay, and let's make sure it worked. Okay, echo value nv. All right, perfect. Okay, yeah, so I do have to go now. So thank you for watching. Yeah, and tomorrow or next stream at least, I'll be working on actually parsing in the language rather than just interpreting from the tokens. So yeah, that'll be next time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.